Hey guys, welcome back to our Perspective podcast. We are so excited that you guys are back listening for the next week. We got into a lot of different topics this week, but the main topic was communicating as sisters being so different. We obviously have such different personalities as do your kids. I'm sure they all have different personalities, but really we focus on what it looked like communicating in our house with two sisters that were so different, but we're really excited. We had a lot of fun stories, so good laughs. So make sure you guys listen up, and we love you, and we're really excited. Hello, welcome back to our Perspective podcast. We are so excited for this episode. This is going to be a really great one. As you can see, sorry guys, I have the hiccups. As you can see, mom is not here, but Carter and I are, which makes it so much better. And
Yes.
we're really excited. This is going to be a really great episode. But first, before we start this episode, I do want to shout out New Things Gallery, Josh Cody. He is amazing. If you don't have any good Christian apparel, go look at his shop. So many options. Definitely very genuine. And the Codys are just the most amazing family. We love them so much. And baby Shiloh and Jordan. So we're super grateful for them. But we do want to shout out, this is New Things Gallery. It's amazing. I love it so much. I wear it all the time. But yeah, I want to set them out because we love them. But let's get into this. We have a lot to dive into.
Yeah.
So
We're going to talk about sisterhood and just
sisterhoods.
Yay. We're going to talk about just what it was like growing up together and just how different we are and how we're still best friends through the difference of us. So.
But we weren't always best friends.
Well, I feel like we had our ups and downs.
Definitely. I definitely feel like being the youngest, I kind of got left out a lot. Not to like make this about me at all, but like Thomas and Carmen definitely were a lot closer than Carmen and I were. And then Carmen and I really got close when Thomas left for college.
Yeah. And like it was my senior year and your freshman year when you came into high school.
Mhm.
And I feel like that year we did like sports together.
Yeah.
We were at school
Everything
together.
together, yeah.
I drove you to school. Like I feel like we were just together all the time. Like
Yeah.
we would serve together. Like we just
Yeah.
always did things together. And we just always were together. And like I don't know. I feel like in the car. I don't know if you guys have talked about this yet, but you and mom like in the car just talk. I feel like you talk a lot in the car. We were in the car all the time, driving places, doing all the things, and we just talked. And it was so cool, the conversations and just how open we were, and just like we were struggling with the same things.
Yeah.
We had hard times with mom too, and by no means is our family perfect. And so we just got to talk through that, which I thought was like really cool, and I loved that year.
Yes.
And leaving to college the next year was like so hard because I feel like me and you like really grew together. So
Yeah. But now we get to have another freshman senior year next year,
Yes.
which I'm so excited about. But let's go back to high school freshman senior year. That year definitely we clicked a lot. I think we both kind of really grew up a lot in a lot of different ways that year. Like, yeah. As we said this, me and my mom said this in the first couple episodes, like freshman year was a very like large turning point for me. I had a very rough freshman year. Like I just didn't make good choices. And Carmen was really like, honestly, Carmen was one of really my only friends freshman year that I could genuinely like trust and like not feel like shameful or like judged by going to. And like they're actually such a funny story. So so freshman year I did not trust Carmen for a long time, especially throughout
which was
middle
fair.
school.
I was not like I want to share this. I was not always the best. I did not always listen to you. I tried to correct you, and like that's when I grew up and like I learned like okay, Mary Grace is so different than me, and she communicates so differently. And this was through a lot of conversation. Through like in our home, just like me having conversation with my mom, me having conversation with Thomas, me having conversation with Mary Grace. Like we just all talked to each other in different times all together, and like we learned that like we are very different. We communicate differently.
Yeah.
And Mary Grace communicated really differently than me. She didn't need me to like tell her, okay, like this is what you should do. She needed me just to sit there and listen.
Yeah.
And I think senior year I found that.
Yeah.
And we got that rhythm.
Yeah.
And I spoke up sometimes and I was like, Mary Grace, you really need, but I found a different way to say it where she could hear me differently.
For sure.
So yeah.
Yeah, and like there was a lot of times where I would tell Carmen something that like a sister should like tell their sister, and the sister would not tell their mom, and Carmen would go straight to mom every time, and I'm like, okay, I can't trust you. Like I'm just gonna get in trouble every single time, even if it was like random like small stuff. Like Carmen would still go to mom, and I'm like, this is so not like fun, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, but we really did, like, it took us a while to, like,
Yeah.
really grow into that, like, spot where I could tell Carmen things and she would, like, really, like, keep it not a secret, but she would keep it to herself until, like,
Yeah.
I had a chance to tell mom my own, like,
Yeah.
myself, you know?
I had to use my discernment and trust that Mary Grace, that goes back to me, like,
Yeah.
I'm like, "I cared so much about you,
Mhm.
and I don't think that you saw this, and I don't even think I communicated this well, I know I didn't," was like, it was out of care for you. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh my gosh, like, I don't want Mary Grace to make these mistakes, I need to tell mom,"
Yeah.
like, "Mom can fix it, mom can help," and that was not the way to go about it.
Yeah.
I mean, she never did anything that was, like, truly concerning where mom, like, needed to know, you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
dire,
Yeah.
so, but there's times, like, where I should have just like she was telling this because she trusted me, and I should have just like honored her and used my discernment, like, okay, I trust that Mary Grace will go to mom when she needs to,
Yeah.
knowing that mom is praying through the whole like for the Holy Spirit to like reveal these things to her already. Like, it's not my job. Like, this is not my job.
Yeah.
My job's not to be your mom. My job was to be your sister.
Yeah.
And I had to learn that. And it was
So
hard.
yeah, so Carmen and I, we were super very, very different growing up. There was a lot of times where Carmen and I did not see eye to eye in anything. But
Fight for
and
like a
we
pencil.
also like shared a room and we had to
Yeah.
really grow up together and like actually this is really funny. When we were at like a few houses ago, we've moved a bunch of times, but a few houses ago, we lived in Land Lakes and everyone had their own room. We had like this
Yeah.
beautiful house. It was big, it was
Yeah.
amazing. And
It wasn't this big crazy house, but it was like
no,
still
yeah,
big
but it
for our
was
family.
yeah, it was exactly. It was
Yeah.
perfect for our family, and we all had our own room, and
4 bedroom.
like I said a few episodes ago, I have very weird, irrational fears, like the dark and like being alone, and I could not sleep by myself in my room. So I'd either
So
sleep with mom in her bed, until the point that I made.
I had a twin size bed, and so did May Grace. And so sometimes May Grace would like, come in and be like, "Carmen, can you come sleep with me?" I would go and sleep in her twin size bed.
It's true.
And then one time I came home from school, and May Grace's bed is in my room, and we
I
ended
made them move my bed so we could share a room.
it
So
was
we could share a
so
room.
funny. So we ended up sharing a room, and
We
then there was
ended
a
up sharing.
playroom.
But you're welcome for giving you a playroom, you know? You're
Thank you,
welcome.
May
Yeah.
Grace.
That was like the whole intention.
Right,
I was
right,
thinking about you and Thomas,
okay,
really.
sure.
Yeah, but so we ended up sharing a room and ever since then we've shared a room and honestly like it's just been great. Like we've really grown up together and like I said earlier, Thomas and Carmen definitely were closer
Yeah.
growing up, but I think now me and you are for sure closer.
And I think, like, I leaned on Thomas a lot for, like and had, like, unhealthy that's, like, a whole 'nother thing,
Yeah.
but unhealthy expectations on Thomas to, like, fill this role that he was not supposed to fill, like, he was my brother,
Yeah.
but he was so patient with me and loved me so well, that he was so there for me,
Mhm.
and so I just think me and him were closer, and, yeah,
Yeah.
we were just
And
closer.
I was a lot.
You
I
were
was
just, like, all of you were, like, running around
I didn't need
okay?
another person. Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, we were super different growing up and we communicated very differently. And so, I actually have a story for you guys. This was one of the first moments that I was like, oh my gosh, like people really compared us, like,
Yeah.
because they didn't know that we were so different. And this wasn't a parent, it wasn't someone that was like our best friend. It was actually one of our coaches.
Yeah.
And this was my freshman year, Carmen's senior year. We cheered together and our coach, like Carmen was the head captain. She was captain her junior year and the way Carmen joined the team was super random. Like
Yeah,
Carmen never was a
I
cheerleader. She
never
never
like I
did
said
any of that. She was a horseback rider, like we said. But the coach loved Carmen and like loved my mom and literally kind of like asked Carmen like would you be on the team with
yeah.
me? Cuz it was her first year coaching Carmen's junior year. And so Carmen joined the team. She was a junior the first year she was on the team. Like,
I had no idea what I was doing. But I love to lead. Like I feel like I can lead well.
yeah.
And
Were you a captain your junior year?
yeah.
Yeah. So Carmen's never cheered in her life, and she's a captain her first year.
Well, I was definitely not gonna I was like not gonna apply to be captain. I was like, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I've never done
She
it
asked
before.
you, right?
I don't know anything about cheer.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. And she asked me to apply and I was like, okay,
Okay.
sure. So I
Yeah.
applied and it was like there's like a head captain and then there's like me, like the co-captain. And I think obviously the head captain knew a lot more of like the cheer side of things and then I kinda led as like a
The leader. Yeah.
yeah, like okay, this is
More of the
how
leadership
we
side.
this is this is how we are going to
like
prevent.
the team wise.
Yeah, for sure.
And then she was head captain her senior year, and she's amazing and perfect. But
No.
I joined the team freshman year. I love cheer. I've been cheering forever.
Yeah.
And I joined the team, and I was a tough cookie, guys. Like I was disrespectful. I was not listening. I was rough. It was rough for a while. And obviously I was still like, our coach is very intimidating. She's very like, it has to be this way. So I was pretty like respectful towards my coach at least, but like in the team setting, like I was kind of just like the jokester. Like I like to like have the attention on me, things like that. And I wasn't good at like being very structured or like listening well. And so there was a lot of times where Carmen would like pull me aside and be like, Margaret, like get it together. Like what are you doing? Yeah.
Well,
And
me and our coach, like, we were like, I loved her. She loved me. Like, we were great together. We worked together well.
yeah,
And
you and the coach, yeah.
yeah, and I feel like that year I could kind of rein you in a little bit.
Yes, definitely.
And then I left.
Yeah. So then Carmen left, and there was an incident that I had with the coach. I just said something that was like so out of this world. I've never said anything like that. It was so weird
It's like
and
an
like
adult,
yeah, it's an adult, and it was just so unlike me. But it got to a point where like I kind of like I don't know. I don't even know really like how it happened or why I said it, but yeah, I just said something that was super disrespectful, and she kind of like called my mom and told her like obviously what happened, and I was
She's
so
close to my mom. Like,
yeah, my
love
mom and her were
her.
close. They really like my mom really poured into her, and so um like she called my mom, told her the story, and I hadn't told my mom because I knew like that was so against like what anything that we would do, any of our morals or standards, and it was just like it wasn't anything like inappropriate or like anything like it was just like so disrespectful. And so
Yeah.
um yeah, so she called my mom and basically like she called my mom and told her the story before I got to tell my mom because I was so scared I was gonna get in trouble. Like I didn't tell her, and I didn't tell Carmen. And so I come home from school one day from cheer practice, and my mom's like staying in the kitchen. I'm like, oh my gosh, she knows, she knows. And so, um, yeah, I had a really great conversation with my mom. I really explained everything to her because our coach was so hard on me because I was nothing like Carmen.
Yeah.
And that really made me feel very bad about myself. Like, and so she kind of did put these like expectations and pressures on me because I wasn't like Carmen. And there
She
was
put the expectations that she would on me on you.
yeah.
And me and you were very different people.
And I was 15, 16 years
Right.
old.
And
Like,
we lead very differently. Like, the
yeah.
way you lead is so differently. Because it's funny that you say, like, oh, like, that hurt because I wish I was, like, doing those things or more like that.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many instances where I wish I was more like you and
Mhm.
led like you did. And you do. So, but continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so then basically there was an incident before that where this is I think really kind of what sparked it freshman year season. She was like talking to my mom, and this was not out of like mean intention. It really wasn't, but
We love
the
her.
way it like came off to me was so hurtful. And she told my mom like Mary Grace is nothing like Carmen. And that like when my mom told me that, I was like, because she was just like sharing the story, like what they were talking about and stuff.
Yeah.
And she mentioned that, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I know I'm nothing like Carmen, but like, do I need to be like Carmen for her to like me or something? And so I think that kind of really what like sparked a lot of like resentment, kind of. And so going into sophomore season, I kind of really didn't take it seriously. I didn't really care that much, and so I kind of did just like goof around, and like I knew like I was gonna make it. Like I wasn't bad at cheer, so I wasn't that worried, and so like things like that. I don't know. It just like nothing really like mattered that much, and so I kind of really did like make a really bad choice, and it really did like come back to me. But yeah, so that's kind of like when I realized like, oh my gosh, like I am nothing like Carmen, but do I need to be? And that really like kind of sent me in a spiral.
Yeah. And I love that you share that because I mean, like I said, like and like me and my mom talked about in like another episode, like um I would come and like hear May Grace and my mom like laughing and
Yeah.
being together and like they're so fun and they can go on these adventures and think of these crazy things to do and just do them. And I'm like,
Mhm.
whoa. Like and there's times where I would see May Grace like leading worship on stage or um speaking and doing something and I'm like, "Ah, I wish I was good at that. Like, I wish I led like that. Like, I wish I was like that. Like, she's so fun. Like, she engages with people. Like,
Mhm.
people, like, literally think she's so funny. She has so many friends. Like, she's so extroverted. Especially, like, that senior year when I saw her, like, even though she was struggling, like, freshman year, like, she was still super extroverted and awesome and fun. And,
Yeah.
but, and I was like, oh, like, I wish I could be more like that. Um, but I was not created that way, and you were not created to lead the way I lead.
Yeah.
So, I think even just watching us step into the different things that we are, like, good at and that are passions,
Mhm.
it's like we can see it even more, but also how we, like, kinda balance each other out and,
Yeah.
like, bring out different sides of each
Yeah.
other, so
So basically, from then, she called my mom. My mom talked to me. I obviously got in trouble. Like, of course, I deserve to get in trouble. But then I just remember calling Carmen and being like, I don't know what to do. Like,
yeah.
I really don't. Like, I'm not gonna like win her over. Like, I'm not gonna like be like you. I can't be like you. Like, I'm just not created that way. Like, my mind doesn't think the same way you do. And like, just the way I act, like, it's never gonna be Carmen, you know? And so, like, I really was just like, I don't know, like, she's just not gonna like me, I guess, I don't know, and so, then I really did, like, at practice that next day, I kinda sat down with her and I kinda explained, like, "This is how I am, and, like, I'm really sorry, like, if you don't like the way I am, but I'm not ever gonna be like Carmen, and, like, I'm really sorry, but, like, I think that I'm really great, and, like, God really has created me in a very, like, unique and special way, and this all, like, very humbly, of course, and, like, it was, like, a very mature, like, honest conversation. She was very honest with me, and, like, it was really great, and, like, since then, like, after I really sat down and, like, told her, like, the expectations that, like, you have on me to be like Carmen, like, I can't really meet those, and so, like, that really was such a fruitful conversation up to the point where, like, junior year, like, I respected her, she respected me, like, we had a great connection junior year, and then senior year, I was our head captain, which was
Yes.
so much fun, it was so exciting, the best experience ever, and, like, we really did just, like, create that, like, athlete, like, coach bond, you know, like, I hope everyone should have with their coach, but it was just, like, such a special bond, and, like, we really did 'cause me and my coach, like, we were so similar, and I think that's really why we like, butted heads because Carmen was so opposite than her, they really balanced each other out, and then we were so similar, and we just really, like,
Butt
kinda
heads, yeah.
clashed, yeah, and so but we found a really great balance, we learned how to work together, she understood, like, how I worked my leadership skills and, like, different abilities to lead than Carmen, and so it really was, like, it was so great, we ended up having a really great season, but all that to say, I think it's super, super normal, and I know that, like, at least the kids I babysit, which are a lot of kids, all of the kids I babysit are so, so different.
Yeah.
Like, there's no kid that is the same as
No.
another, you know? And so, like, I think especially as parents, like, it's so important to know, like, your kids are gonna be different and they're gonna communicate different, they're gonna lead different, they're gonna, like, I don't know, act
Yeah.
different, you know? And so, like,
And, like, my mom like, our mom couldn't have the expectation on me that she had on Mary Grace,
yeah,
and
exactly.
I think sometimes she did that to us, and
Yeah.
which is okay because she's figuring out along with us.
Mhm.
This is her first time being a mom too with us, you
Mhm.
know?
Like,
But
that was a big one with me and Carmen, like, Carmen is really good at school because she studies a lot and works very, very hard, like, Carmen has that, like, motivation to do
yeah.
that, and I just don't, like, I really don't, I love school, I love the social aspect of school, like, being with my friends and my teachers and, like, being in a classroom setting, like, those things don't bother me, but I'm not gonna come home and, like, work my butt off for hours and hours to study just to get a bad grade on a test, like, that is so, like, discouraging to me, and that's just how I am, like, and so, like, there was a point where I kind of really did give up in school. Like, I was I'm not gonna study like a million hours to not do good. Like, that's so like doesn't make sense to me. And so obviously I study and I do well in school. Like, don't take this the wrong way. I do good in school, but um, like that's so different. But I think my mom for a long time like had that expectation of like, oh, you better be studying hard because like Carmen did that in high school and that was so fruitful. But like that's not how it worked for me, and like
Yeah.
we had to learn that together.
Yeah, and I think, like, Thomas was, like, naturally smart, like, he
Oh,
could study a day in his life.
Thomas,
Like, he would play Xbox
wake
and
up and get 100 on the toes.
yes, and he, like, literally, like, played Xbox, like, we got home from Alabama one time really late, played Xbox, and then the next day he had the
SAT.
SAT, and he did so good, like,
Scored a perfect score.
almost a perfect score, it
Yeah.
was literally, like, a point away, but
Yeah.
anyways,
So dumb.
so he was like that, if that gives you any image of Thomas, and then I I really wanted to do well. Like, I really wanted I feel like I'm a hard worker. So,
Yeah.
I worked like, Megan's a really hard worker too, just in different areas.
Different
She
areas
just has
for sure.
passion. So,
We know that though. It's
yes.
okay.
Oh, that's fine, but I wanted to do well in school, and so I worked really hard. I, like, was not the best at school, but I worked really hard for it.
Yeah.
But and then, yeah.
And then
And
you were great.
so I think my mom had the expectation of, like, "Oh my gosh, I don't have to worry about Carmen or Thomas in school."
And she definitely had to worry a little
Like,
more
you
about
gotta
me.
light the fire a little
Yeah,
bit,
yeah.
May Grace,
Yeah.
but which is fine. But that's where, like, we all, like, came in as
There's
a family,
differences, yeah.
because I know, like, there's times where mom would call Thomas and, talk about it with Thomas, and
Yeah.
Thomas would be like, "Mom, like, she's different than us."
Yeah.
It literally just
Thomas really genuinely like, was the one that told mom like she's different than Carmen and I. Like you just need to let her
yeah,
learn
let her
and like
figure it
let
out.
her fail. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that really like freshman year. Gosh, freshman year,
Oh,
man.
good.
Take me back. No, I'm just kidding. No. Do not take me back. Freshman year really like Thomas told my mom like MG is different. Like you just gotta let her learn and fail and then like hopefully she'll learn because
Yeah.
like you telling her or like you trying to like take things away from her, like give her boundaries, like that's not gonna help her learn.
Yeah, and I think there is, like I was one that was, like my mom would tell me, like, "Carmen, this is not gonna work." I'm like, "Okay." Like,
Carmen's like, "Oh, thank goodness you told
okay,
me."
like, I won't do that then.
Never.
And
And
May
mom
Grace
tells me, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I better try just to make sure it doesn't work."
yeah, and May Grace would do the exact opposite. Mom's
Oh,
like,
for
"We
sure.
shouldn't do this," and she'll do it anyways
Yeah.
because to try to prove us wrong. But, so we've learned, and Thomas is just Thomas, and he's the best, honestly.
Yeah.
I love him. But
Thomas
as
is
you
so
can see
passive. You don't even have to tell him. He knows.
yeah, as you can see, like, we're just all super, super different, which we, like, thought of this verse in Isaiah 64, just, it just kinda goes to show just how differently God created us, and we just wanna share this verse with you guys just to encourage you as parents or, as kids, like, everyone is so different, and, like, but that's how God created us. So, it's Isaiah 64:8, and it says, "Yet, Lord, you are our Father. We are the clay, and you are our potter. We all are the work of your hands." It's a short verse, short and sweet, but,
Yeah.
I just, like, I love that because it's like, we are the clay, like, he is no, like, one piece of pottery is the same. As much as you might be, like, a professional potter or whatever, like, there's never gonna be the exact same
Yeah.
piece of pottery, and, like, the clay is different, and I love that imagery, that God created us all differently and uniquely, but, like, we need, like, a bowl just as much as we need a pitcher, you know? Like, we need all of it, and I need May Grace just as much as she needs me,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
To bring out different sides of me, and as much as I grew up, like and I had some really hard moments, like, really, really struggling of
Carmen was really mean.
okay, that's all what I was gonna
Well, you
go.
were.
So, okay. Well
Carmen was really, really mean when we were little.
I had a hard time.
I think she had anger issues. I'm just kidding. I'm not Carrie at all.
Okay, so, we're gonna go I'm
But it's
kidding.
true. No, it's true though. Like me and Carmen were so different. Like I needed Carmen to like calm me down.
Yeah.
Like especially in high school and like middle school and stuff. Like Carmen really was one of the only like people that I gave like permission to calm me down.
Yeah. I think I just needed her to bring me more life and fun and
Yeah.
excitement
Yeah.
and
I definitely challenged you.
yeah, and I challenged you.
Yeah. In such
So
different ways. Me challenging Carmen looks like Carmen like go talk to that person over there and Carmen challenging me is like, you really need to pray. Like I think you really need to think about what choice you're about to make. Like, okay, well I'm still gonna do it. So you know.
well, I feel like I've learned how to kind of
Oh, 100% you have.
reach
Yeah.
you, but it's different. We're both very different, and it's still learning. We're still learning. We had a fight yesterday, and that's okay. But we are still growing, and we're still learning
Yeah.
how to communicate with each other. And we're never gonna be perfect at it. As much as I would love to never fight with May Grace, like we are not gonna be perfect at it. But I think it takes like being in a constant state of growing and learning, and like us like both being open, to seeing each other's point of view
Yeah.
and stepping into like your shoes and you stepping into mine and I don't know. I think growing up we always talked to we like when we learned about communication, we learned about personality styles, like and all those things. Like we didn't just learn about our own, we learned about each other's, and we learned about different people's.
We focused more on other people's.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so when when our mom would talk to us about it, I wasn't just learning about me being a C or me being a 6 on the Enneagram. I learned about you being a set or an 8 or 7 or whatever, and then you just like being different and dominant and
needy.
yeah. So
And one more thing, I do want to shout out my mom because one thing we really focused on was not using definite words. So I'm
yes.
done with you. That was not allowed to be said in our house because you could never be done with your sibling.
Or like you're too much. We
Yeah.
not that Mary Grace was never too much. We never. I would say that. I was like, you're too much. Like that's too much.
Or like I never want to talk to you again. Like
Yeah.
no, we don't
We
say things
never
like
said
that.
never. We never said forever. Um, we really like we didn't use hate. We didn't use
No.
words
Yeah.
because we were not gonna use these strong words against each other. We were not gonna speak these words over each other. And me saying that Megers is too much, it might seem like some silly, like, oh my gosh, you're too much for me. Like that might be silly. But I'm, like, speaking that over her, and she's never too much because that's how God created her. So, God would never create her too much or too little. Like, I'm not too little, Makers is not too much. God created us exactly how we need to be for each other, and for the like, to because our mission is to go make disciples of all nations and to, share the gospel with other people. It looks very different in different ways. It's not just, like, going and sharing, like, the gospel actually, but
Yeah.
it's different, and the way Mary Grace says it is really different than the way I do it. So she's not too much, I'm not too little, and because that's how God created us
Yeah.
to go and do what he's like, our mission, so
That's so good.
yeah.
Anything else?
I don't think so. I thought that was good.
Oh, I think you're good.
Okay, I think you're awesome. So
Okay, thanks.
proud of you, May Grace. I've loved watching you grow. I think even like in college, like being away, has been so.
You think Charlie's comfy or what?
Oh, your friend is really comfy. If you're like listening, you should go watch on YouTube because
It's so
Charlie
funny.
is here. But I being away has been, like, hard, but, like, when I come back or when I, like, see you and do like, watch your videos of you doing worship or whatever, like, I'm like, "Oh my gosh," like, it is so cool to see the way that you have grown and, like, just stepped fully into what the Lord has for you, so I'm really proud of you.
So good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Love you.
Thanks. Okay, we love you guys so much. We will
Yes.
see you in the next episode. I think the next episode is us two again. You and mom, maybe? I think it's us 3.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay.
Yeah.
Get ready for next week, guys. We love you. Go lead people better.
Bye.